Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, in the heavyweight division, we have a definite number one, a definite legend, a definite all-time great in Oleksandr Usyk. And Sir Oleksandr Usyk, if you ask me, because he's basically took care of all the top English guys and everybody twice, where there's nothing to discuss. You know, Dubois twice, right? Anthony Joshua twice, and Tyson Fury twice, with no controversy. So it's taken care of. You know, and then, you know, the guy who's in form, Derek Chisora, got him too. Tony Bellew was in form, got him too, right? So basically, you know, it ain't no more English guys, you would think. Right? But now, of course, we got one more. And this young guy is the prospect in the heavyweight division that everybody's hot talking about. Almost got Mike Tyson's youngest heavyweight of all time to become a champion record. And that's Moses Itauma, or Itauma. And he's good, southpaw. He's really good so far. You know, he's handled his business. He's got a fight coming up against Dillian White. And, you know, the dude is good, though. You know, so far, so good. Who knows about how his chin is? And I'm going to say this, too. In your first fights, and practically everybody who's had like 15 to 20 fights, their first fights, you go back and look at their highlights, just highlights, and you be like, damn, that's the dude. You know, Moses Itauma is no different, but he's definitely talented. There's no doubt about it. He's definitely talented. Guy's got very quick hands, but he's 20. I expect quick hands from a 20-year-old. Here's the deal. Turki Alalshikh, the main man in boxing. Turki Alalshikh, he's saying basically, you know something? Let's get this guy, Moses Itauma, in the ring with Oleksandr Usyk, right? Let's have this fight next. I didn't read the article about that because I'm just going to come in and tell y'all what I think. And I just think, no. I think Oleksandr Usyk should just chill. If this next fight isn't one of two guys, either Joseph Parker or Aga Kabayel, then nothing. Then retire or chill for a while or whatever. Those are only two that are deserving. I think we need to stop just saying, hey, he needs to fight so-and-so, he needs to fight so-and-so. Oleksandr Usyk don't need to fight anybody. And when it comes to Moses Itauma, handle Dillian White, handle another fight or two, right? And then we can go on here talking about Usyk. Not so quick. If we were going to go with Itauma versus Dubois for a portion of the heavyweight championship to get the record, I was all for that. But I don't want to get to this deserving thing because it's not deserving yet, you know, of fighting Oleksandr Usyk. That's my point here. It's just not deserving. Deserving is only Joseph Parker and Aga Kabayel. That's my only issue with the fight. Now, is Moses Itauma the goods? I think so. But it's a lot of people that's the goods. It depends on what do you think about when you say the goods. Because there's a lot of people who win a lot of fights, but as soon as they lose, some people can have damn near 35 fights, lose number 36, and it's like people out in the boxing community will say, see, I told you, and here's the favorite word, exposed. You know, you can have damn near 40 fights and get exposed in fight number 41, right? And everybody you fought can be nothing. We'll tell great fighters that they've never fought nobody. So that's how that goes. So if Moses Itauma with his 12, 13 fights or whatever it is, you know, he can get exposed at any minute here. So I think he's awesome. I'm going to watch every fight, you know, because I see some talent there. But I just don't want to go overboard. And overboard would be him versus Usyk right now. Itauma, handle his business, do something else, beat up Dillian White if you can, right? And maybe one or two other guys, preferably two, you know, top 10 guys, right? And then we'll know, you know, put some distance in between there, and then you can push up on Oleksandr Usyk. Because right now, Oleksandr Usyk is boxing royalty, meaning back off anybody. You know what I'm saying? He's done enough. And like I said, the reason why it's royalty is because he don't fight at home. He goes to your house and kicks your ass. No one else does that. So from that standpoint, back the hell off. No Moses Itauma. I know my little ass can't tell Turki Alalshikh what to do. This is what he wants to see, because Turki Alalshikh, this guy got that money, and he's a boxing fan, right? You could tell it. He's a boxing fan, and he got money. And from his fan standpoint, he's all this no pay-per-view. Let's get rid of face of boxing. What the hell is that all about? What have I been saying for years? Face of boxing basically just means, hey, here's somebody who we allow to not fight people. That's what all that meant to me. It's like, okay, he's a face of boxing. That means he makes money, so he doesn't have to fight the hard fights, and we'll make excuses for him. So get rid of that. That's good. Get rid of that. Get rid of pay-per-view. Let's just have fights and fights. The best fighting the best. And what have I told you about 2 things about Turki Alalshikh? 1, he'll be banned in the USA. He'll be, because USA is racist, and he's going around and he's not allowing it. He's going around calling Terrence Crawford a legend in front of people's face, down with a Devin Haney, right? You know, people that America's trying to tell people to hate, and he ain't for it. People who's doing stuff and doing stuff good in boxing, he's for that. America's not going to like that, right? And Turki Alalshikh has been against stuff like that. So that face of boxing is gone. The fact that he's going to be supporting fighters who want to fight fighters, and all of the fighters, here's the second thing, that are used to not having to fight people, right? Used for the media to help them to avoid people and don't ever call them out on it. They're going to have issues with Turki Alalshikh. All of them that are used to getting their way have issues with Turki Alalshikh, because all that face of boxing stuff being gone, that means, oh, you have to fight somebody, or you get called out on it, right? Like they didn't do back in the day. Give you an example. Canelo Alvarez has a $385 million deal by DAZN, right? He fights 2 or 3 easy fights, and DAZN says we're losing money. Now it's time for the hard fights, which was Demetrius Andrade, who was also there by DAZN. Canelo says, I don't want to do that, right? And gets out of the contract that you have, just because they told him you got to fight somebody hard. Matter of fact, Demetrius Andrade, damn, that's undisputed in the middleweight division. Canelo didn't want to do it, called him horrible fighter, didn't want to do it. DAZN does not call him out and put him on blast on national media. That would be different with Turki Alalshikh. That's why these fighters are going to have issues with him, right? But us as fans, we should have nothing against it, right? If you want to see good fights. But if you got other issues, you're not going to like it either. So back to the point. Moses Itauma, nah, not necessarily. Not now. Go fight Dillian White and then 2 other guys. Then we could talk Oleksandr Usyk, from my opinion. But I ain't the man with the money. Itauma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.